Hari Om. We are currently discussing Module 3 of C Sharp and .NET programming course. Out of these topics, we have covered classes, objects, inheritance, polymorphism, interfaces, operator overloading. All these topics we have already covered in the previous videos. Today in this video, we are going to discuss what are delegates and events. We are going to discuss the theoretical part of what is a delegate, and in the next video we will see how to implement delegate. A delegate is a type-safe function pointer that can reference a method that has the same signature as that of the delegate. So for the time being, just understand the definitions. We will be discussing all these things in detail with demo programs. So I can say delegate is a type safe, because we have seen pointer is also one data type which is not a type safe data type. We generally use pointer in C# in the unsafe code segment. But when you use delegate, it will be pointing to a function, but it is a type safe function pointer. That is why this term is very important, type safe function pointer. Now this function pointer can reference a method. So generally you might have studied pointers in C and C++, which will be pointing to a data. Apart from that, function pointers are also there. But here the delegate is exclusively used as a reference to a method and not to a data. And if it wants to refer to a method, the signature of the delegate and the method must be same. Now, another definition I can say, delegate is a special type of object that contains details of a method rather than a data. And it is generally used for callback methods and event handling. When an object wants to send and receive messages, delegates will be used. We will be seeing how it is going to send a message and receive the message. We can take the advantage of delegates in C# to implement events and callback methods. So generally for events and callback methods, we use the delegates. So that is the application of delegates. Now let us see what is a callback function. A callback function or a callback method is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is invoked after some kind of event. This is very important. That is, a callback function is passed as an argument. This is the keyword here. Passed as an argument. So a function is now, or a method is now passed as an argument to another function, and inside that function the passed function will be invoked, maybe after some kind of events that are being triggered. Let us see an example here. Suppose, say for example, you have a form and inside the form I have a button. Now when you take button, when you click the button, I call it as an event. You call it as button click event. Now whenever we click a button, we want some action to be performed. Maybe in Java you might have studied action performed, etc., etc. in the window based programs. So those concepts you can recollect now. So when you click this button, I call it as event, but when I click it, I want some action to be performed. So whatever action you want to perform, that will be handled as an event by a method through event handler. So event handler is the one through which you are going to perform an action for the button click event. Now this event handler is the one which you call as a delegate reference, which can invoke a method. So your method will describe the set of statements used for performing the action when you click the button. So that method will be invoked using the event handler delegate reference. So the method can be now passed as an argument using this delegate reference. So now the method will be packed in the delegate reference, and the delegate reference can be passed as an argument to another function where you invoke the method using the delegate reference. We will be seeing all these things in demo program, how it is being passed as an argument and how it is being invoked in the program. So, in general, delegates are used to pass methods as arguments to other methods. Delegates can be reused in events with event handlers, which are nothing more than methods that are invoked through delegate reference. So, delegate type is like an interface with a single method, or you can say delegates are used for a two-way conversation between objects, because it can be used for sending a message and receiving a message. Now when we take delegates, the delegates will be specifying only the signature of a method. What kind of method can be referred by a delegate? That is what you call as the signature of a method. So when you have a delegate instance or a reference created, the reference can make a call to the method referred, or you can say using the reference I can invoke the method which is being referred by the delegate instance. A delegate is a C# language element that allows you to refer a method or reference a method. That is, delegates will hold a reference to a method. Now, the delegates generally gives you very maximum flexibility to implement any functionality you want at a runtime. Generally, the delegates will represent three things. What are they? What responsibility to be delegated, what items to be passed, and what should be got back. So these are the three information you will be having in a delegate. What are the three information? What responsibility to be delegated. So this will be generally specified by the delegate name. What items to be passed. This is generally represented using the parameters of the delegate, and what should be got back, which is represented by the return type of the delegate. So your delegate contains a delegate name, the parameters and the return type. Along with that you will have the access modifier also specified. A delegate is a type that represents references to methods with a particular signature. So that is what is given in the previous slide. You have to give three information for the delegate to call it as a signature. When you instantiate a delegate, you can associate its instance with any method that has a compatible signature and return type. You can invoke, or you call it as calling the method through the delegate instance. Now all the delegates that you are going to declare in your program are implicitly derived from the class called as system.delegate. So if you have included using system, then automatically delegate class will be imported in your program, and whatever delegate you are going to declare, that will be automatically deriving the properties that are available in the delegate class. Now how will you declare a delegate in C#? How to declare this is an example declaration. These are the keywords you generally use. Public, which is the access modifier. Delegate is the keyword for declaring a delegate, and int specifies the return type. Perform calculation is the name of the delegate. Int x and int y are the parameters, and then the semicolon. And observe here there is no method body. This specifies it is a signature of a delegate. So what happens now? whichever method is having a return type as integer and two integer parameters, that method can be referred by this delegate reference. That is what this signature specifies. So this signature says any method that has integer as the return type and two integer parameters can be referred by the instant of this particular delegate. So any method from any accessible class or structure that matches the delegate type can be assigned to the delegate. So any method which is a part of a class or a part of a structure which is having the return type as integer and two are integer arguments can be referred by the delegate called as perform calculation. So the method which you are going to refer can be either a static method or an instance method. You can refer either a static method or a non-static method, and this makes it possible to programmatically change method calls and also plug new code into existing classes. This is the advantage. So dynamically, the greatest advantage of using delegates is dynamically you can change the delegate to point to different methods at different part of the program. That is another advantage of delegates. So a method must have the same return type as that of the delegate. We have seen it must have same signature, and delegates can be chained together also. For example, multiple methods can be called on a single event. That means one delegate reference can be chained together which will invoke multiple methods. This kind of delegates are called as multicast delegate. If a delegate reference is pointing to only one method, we call it a simple delegate. But if it points to more than one methods chained together, then we call it as multicast delegate. Simple delegate and multicast delegate. We will be discussing single delegate first, then we will see how multicast delegate can be defined. Now to understand how to create and use delegates, these are the 4 steps that we have to do for creating and using the delegate. Say, if I want to create and use delegate in my program, 4 things must be there in my program. You must declare a delegate, and the methods which can be associated should be defined. Then you have to create an instance of the delegate reference. Then using the reference you can invoke the method. So these two declaration and instantiation will be creating the delegate, and method definition and invoking will be for using the delegate. So your delegate can hold reference to a method of any class at any time. So dynamically the reference can point to different methods at different time at different parts of the program. So you declare a delegate, define the methods which can be associated to it, create an instance of the delegate reference, then invoke the method using the reference. So these are the things you have to do if you want to implement delegate in your program. So with that, we are going to stop here for this video. How to implement the delegate will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.